Hey guys, so this recording that I'm doing right now is for two different audiences. This is for my folks on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. And so I want to show a little bit of technical stuff, but also pose a big question. And what I'm showing you is related to the question. So, and I believe it causes cognitive dissonance, which makes people really uncomfortable. Making people really uncomfortable is something that I'm pretty good at. That's why I try to be really polite, but it doesn't really matter. So here goes. What I have here, what I'm showing is that you can repurpose cryptocurrencies in a very inexpensive way to be a vehicle of free communication, commerce, and speech. And there's no middleman. There's no Facebook or LinkedIn character. There's nobody to look to approve or disapprove of this. There's also nobody to censor this. And so when I explain this to people, they often say, "Wow, John, thanks for telling me. Let's not tell anybody else. Let's not let those other people know." Right? The thing is it may seem like I've developed a piece of software here, right? And I guess I have. But really, all this stuff that we're seeing, like we see images, you know, burned into the ledger or whatever, this can be done by anybody. It doesn't have to be me. And if I were to go away, this would still be here. And this ability to do this would still be here because it's always been here. And we're used to thinking about things where you have a degree of approval, right? Somebody comes and says, "I'm asking for your approval and support of this project. And if I can convince you that this is a good and noble thing, then maybe I'll get your approval and maybe I'll get some money." This is a little bit different because I'm telling you this is natively possible. It's always been possible. And it doesn't really matter what you or I think. I might come to decide this is all terrible, but it's what's possible, right? I'm just showing you what's already possible. And I believe that it's better to understand what's possible than to live in a world of delusion. So having said that, let me show you just quickly how this works, right? So this website connects to a cryptocurrency, and you have a plugin. This is the plugin that you can use, and you have all sorts of different users you can pick. I have fake pretend users. This one, it looks like its name is Carolyn Royce, and that's just, I don't know, just a name I stuck on there, right? So Carolyn Royce, let's say, has 90 cents worth of this token. And with that 90 cents, she can create all sorts of transactions in this thing. Like, for example, these pictures cost about 6 cents. Things like these links cost such little money that it's less than 0 cents. It's 0.0000 cents. And you can understand who is saying this, right? Which ID here, right? Like this would be Carolyn's ID, or this is the one I usually use, is this one right here. And you can see, based on that number, who I am. You can even connect it to me as a person, right? So in addition to being able to add things to this, you can also do things like search. You could search, let's say, I talked about bananas. So you can search and find other people in the system that are doing this. And so again, it's really powerful. And the other thing I want to stress is, although it seems like a really ugly, crappy website that I built, the main thing I'm trying to get you to understand is there's a whole system that's already in place that you can use to communicate with. It doesn't cost any money. I don't get any money. I'm not trying to steal your money. It's just, it just works. It works, and that's what makes it sort of a hack, and that's what makes it so interesting. Now, there's ways to monetize this, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about what's possible. And in fact, if you look right here, this is a bunch of code, and the code actually exists in the ledger too. And if you click this button, it reads that code and creates a little game here. See? So that's kind of how the system works. And again, I bring this up because I like to show that ideal always in what I'm able to do, not in what I'm projecting could be possible one day. I live in the world of reality, not in the world of one day. And so if you feel like you don't have a voice, if you feel like that you're being marginalized, a system where you can communicate with other people that has, the snake has no head, right? That seems like something that's important. And even if you're not interested, just the idea that only good people, that you might imagine only good people should have access to this, but in reality anybody can, because there's no gatekeeper, and there's no way to remove this. That in of itself, I believe, is a huge discussion. All right? Thanks.